ginawang resource person doon. This question is answerable by yes or no. Yes lang or no lang. No more explanation. Pero dito, Mr. Chair, we are treating our resource person with dignity and respect. So I just would like to put it on record, Mr. Chair. And sa follow-up to the question of our majority or Senate pro tempore to Senator De Lima, Mr. Chair, isn't it a fact that NBI is operationally and administratively under the Department of Justice?
It is.
Yes. So if it is, if you are morally convinced about the wrongdoings of the former mayor of Davao City, about these killings, bakit mo po hinahayaan lang na walang report yung NBI sa'yo? You have instructed the NBI to follow up on this investigation. Tapos na lang yung buong year, 6 years of the Aquino administration, hindi ka nakapag-file ng kaso kay President Duterte. Is that malfeasance on your part as that Secretary of Justice wherein you are morally convinced na may ginawang masama si Pangulong Mayor Duterte. Tapos ngayon, hinayaan mo lang NBI na walang ginawa, walang binalik na report, or baka sinabihan ka ng NBI, ma'am, ang ating kaso will not stand in court. Baka gano'n sinabi sa iyo. Kaya wala na nangyayari doon sa ginawa mong tasking sa NBI.
Can we request for a brief answer, ma'am?
My brief answer is that I did make some certain follow-ups, and there was reports from the NBI, verbal reports, when I asked about them and that what would they tell me, that nahihirapan sila na mag-access sa Davao na mga possible witnesses.
Can I have the name of the NBI chief during that time na kinausap, na sinabihan nyo? Word lang.
NBI, was it Ger?
Paki-recall na lang, ma'am, and then once
Yes,
you recall, tell us. Okay, nandito pa kasi ako sa time na I'm giving the victims the chance nga to speak out, to air. Okay, andito pa tayo. Dalawa na lang naman yung ang tatanungin ko. Okay, Mayor Mabilog, you want to say something? Pwedeng hindi, pwedeng meron. Nasa sayo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the subcommittee on the Blue Ribbon Committee. Good afternoon po. First and foremost, gusto ko lang po sabihin na I was not and never will be a drug protector. I don't know personally nor did I benefit in any way from any illegal drug personality in Iloilo or elsewhere. Naging kabataang barangay chairman po ako, city councilor, vice mayor, and mayor for 6 years. And kahit naging mayor ako for 6 years, kahit wala po akong formal training as mayor on addressing illegal or crime or illegal drugs, wala pong training na ibinigay po sa amin. I took decisive action to combat the drug problem of the city. As a matter of fact, it was even recognized on the national level by both the PDEA and the police, PNP, in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. So, as mayor in the beginning, as mandated by law, I am aware of my authority to set local policies and priorities related to crime and drugs. I'm also aware that the law that dictates that the PNP and the PDEA handle crime investigation and response and the combating of drug trafficking and enforcement of drug laws, while the mayor relies on the police and the PDEA to implement them. So until such time that my name was included in the list, and until that I was granted political asylum by the United States of America government, and that's why I'm here, Mr. Chair, at the behest of the Senate, as a matter of courtesy to this institution, to answer the best of my knowledge questions related to the inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
you. Okay. Last ko na gustong i-recognize ngayong hapon na is upon the request of Attorney Jokno, si Roger Herrero. Pero wala siyang affidavit. So ganito na lang ang request ko. Attorney Jokno, can you prepare the affidavit of Roger Herrero? Give it to us before his actual appearance before this committee. I will give him time sa second hearing as a victim. Apo.
We will do that.
Kasi
Your Honor.
mabigat na storya po nito. Okay, so now,
Mr. Chair,
yes,
bago
yes,
natin
Senator
iwan
Risa.
po yung salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair, before we leave the victim families, also for the information of the committee, nandito rin po kasama natin si Vincent Go, ng tinawag nila sarili nila night crawlers. Sila po yung mga photojournalists na dinocument yung EJ case all throughout the war on drugs. So available din po sila, Mr. Chair, to answer any questions of the senators.
Vincent
Sala-
Go, sige, Vincent Go,
Mr. Chair. Salamat
can I
kaayo,
make the
Mr. Chair.
request to your organization, Nightcrawlers, if you can make a 5-minute presentation sa next hearing? I expect na maganda mga pictures doon kasi I think you are photojournalist or photographer. So sa next hearing na po, Mr. Go, please organize your data. So nasabi ko na yun. So we will now go into the questioning proper by the senators by order of appearance, but we give priority to our officers. But ganito, wala kasi sila Colonel Garma and si Colonel Leonardo. But since public knowledge na rin naman yung sinabi nila okay? Widely publicized na, I will allow questioning on those matters kung gusto lang po ng mga members ng committee. Okay, so sila former Secretary Panelo at saka former Secretary Belica invited by Senator Bongo. I can give you 3 minutes for opening statement if you want.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. President.
may
sir.
I interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but I have to respond to the remarks of Senator De Lima. It is only fair na bigyan niyo ako ng 1 minute. And I have read, this is part of my speech, but I want to make it of record. Ito yung the long and short sa trabaho ko nung mayor ako pati presidente ako is that the jobs nung dalawang trabaho was never easy and it was not meant to be. I have tried to do the best I can to address the problem of illegal drugs and without compromise. Kasali na lahat yung naririnig niyo. Whatever it is, hindi ako nag-compromise. Sinabi ko ito. Pagka pumasok kayo dyan, walang compromise, walang ariglo, walang usapan. Do not do it in my city. Nung presidente ako, sabi ko, bitawan ninyo. Kasi pag hindi, magkakaroon talaga tayo ng problema. Ito na nga itong ngayon. As I've tried to do the best I can to address the problem of illegal drugs firmly and without compromise. Yan ang gusto ko lang iiwan dito bago ako aalis. O bago ako alis sa mundong ito. For all of its successes and shortcomings, it was not a perfect one. Maraming mali. Baka may maraming krimen. Alam mo, gusto ko lang iiwan ito sa Pilipino. I would never have any other chance maybe in the future. that for all of the successes and mali o ano, I and I alone take full legal, moral responsibility. Yan ang iniiwan ko sa inyo. I am ready for your questions.
Thank you. So, okay, so I assume, Attorney Panelo, Mr. Belica, no more opening statement?
I have, Your Honor, please.
Okay, can we observe strictly 3 minutes? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I, Salvador Panelo, hereby depose state under oath that from July 2016 to October 2021, I was the Chief Presidential Legal Counsel of then President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. From October 2018 to April 2020, I also served as Presidential Spokesperson of PRRD. As Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, I provided legal advice to PRRD on various matters and issued statements providing legal support for the actions of PRRD and his administration. As Presidential Spokesperson, I spoke on behalf of PRRD on matters of public interest, actions, policies, programs, official duties, and accomplishments of his administration. In connection with the Philippine War on Drugs, which is the subject of the investigation in aid of legislation of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigation, or the Blue Ribbon Committee of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. I had no participation therein, apart from issuing statements on behalf of or in support of PRRD, or responding to queries from the media on statements from PRRD on the matter in my capacity as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson. During my tenure as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson, and even thereafter, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance in connection with the war on drugs by any government official, including former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator and former Special Assistant to the President Christopher Lawrence Bongo, and Senator and former Chief of the Philippine National Police Ronald Bato de la Rosa. Specifically, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any reward system for killing of illegal drug personalities, any orders to kill drug lords or to implicate political opponents in the illegal drug trade, or any other illegalities alleged before the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Safety, Human Rights and Public Accounts, or the Quad Committee of the House of Representatives. From my point of view,
Can you wind up, sir?
yes,
Yes.
last paragraph.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
From my point of view, there was nothing illegal with PRRD's war on drugs because it was a legal and necessary response to the country's pervasive and destructive drug problem. PRRD merely complied with his constitutional duty, which is his prime duty, to serve and to protect the people, and his campaign promise and mandate to rid the country of the drug menace.
Salamat po,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes. Thank you. At you submitted an affidavit. Mr. Belica, pero keep it within 3 minutes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Greco Belica, former Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman, and I am executing this sworn statement to comply with the directive of the Philippine Senate's Authority of Public Officers. An investigation subcommittee in relation to its motu proprio investigation in the aid of legislation on the Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. That President Duterte created the now defunct PACC through Executive Order number 43, which was signed in October 4, 2017. That the PACC was created under the Office of the President to directly assist the President in investigating and or hearing administrative cases primarily involving graft and corruption against all presidential appointees as defined by Section 5 EO 43, and to perform such other duties as the President may direct. That on January 12, 2018, I was appointed as one of the 4 commissioners of the PACC and 1 chairman. Thereafter, in March 15, 2021, I was appointed as chairman of the PACC following the passing of my predecessor. And I left office at October 8, 2021, when I filed my certificate of candidacy to run in the election. That my previous position and function, as well as jurisdiction of PACC, did not extend to any investigations and operations on illegal drugs, but mainly focus on investigation over alleged graft and corrupt practices by presidential appointees within the executive branch of government. That paragraph A, section 5 of EO 40 define the scopes and jurisdiction of the PACC that states the Commission shall have the power on complaint or motu proprio and concurrency with the Office of the Ombudsman to hear, investigate, receive, gather, and evaluate evidences, intelligence reports, and information in administrative cases against all presidential appointees of the executive branch of government. Occupying the position of Assistant Regional Director or equivalent to the rank higher otherwise classified by salary grade 26 up, including the members of the Governing Board of Instrumentality. I'll